Suicide is a teenager's thing. This misconception comes from the fact that suicide is the leading cause of death among teenagers in the United States, and because people usually view teenagers as irrational individuals. But statistics show otherwise, as elderly people account for more suicides in the US than any other age group, precisely Caucasian men older than 80, even though younger people attempt suicide more frequently. Also, the elderly suicide rates in China have grown drastically in the recent years. Suicide is a lack of traditional values. Many people associate the high suicide rates with the new age and the lack of traditional values, but in reality, suicide rates are higher in rural areas where traditional values are most prevalent. For example, in Wyoming, one of the most rural and traditionalist states, the suicide rate is 3 times the national average. And in rural areas in China, it's as much as 5 times higher than in urban areas, especially among women. Suicide rates are lower in developing countries, particularly in Africa. This misconception is caused by the fact that suicide is less often reported in Africa, as it's seen as more of a taboo there than it is in the West. Also, according to the World Health Organization, the AIDS epidemic has caused suicide rates to go up in the region. People are more likely to commit suicide in the holidays. This widespread misconception was found in 2012 in up to 76% of online articles, while evidence clearly shows that suicide rates in America are lower during holidays, specifically during Christmas and Thanksgiving, with the high-risk period in the US being April and May. Everyone that survives suicide regrets attempting it. We sometimes tend to believe that anyone directly confronted with death will try not to face it again. But a third of all people who attempt suicide will attempt it again in less than a year, despite becoming closely observed after their first attempt.